Hey, what's up, everyone? It's graduation season. And of course, that's directly tied to the employment market. So that's what we're going to talk about today. First thing that probably comes to mind is what's next, right? If you've just graduated, what is next? Well, don't worry about it. I mean, we've all been there, right? I just want you to please commit to all of us that you're going to work hard and help our great nation continue to drive all aspects of the economy and take very good care of yourself as well. Before we move into it, please help me out. Drop a comment on your thoughts of the employment market, the graduations, how it went for you. Let us know. Maybe comment about your situation. I'm interested in that. I promise my best to try to respond to all of you guys. And if you don't mind, please give me a like and a subscribe right now. In this presentation, my goal is always to try to keep it simple and easy to follow for you all. And just as an FYI, this data, it's credible data. It's from real sources like the Bureau of Labor Statistics and Goldman Sachs, not just going to be my opinion, okay? So I just want to make sure that you know that. Let's dive into it.
So, congratulations. You did it. You graduated. Whether you just walked across the stage or you're still figuring things out, this is for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to tell you the truth. Right now, the job market is the hardest it's been for new graduates in over 10 years. Some of you might already know this, but some of you probably don't. The unemployment rate for recent college grads just hit 5.7%. That number comes from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. That's way higher than the national average of 4.2%, which counts everyone. Here's the big one: 42.5% of recent grads are underemployed. What does that mean, right? That means that almost half of people with degrees are working jobs they don't even need a college degree for. That's the highest it's been since 2020. On top of that, Goldman Sachs says AI is cutting about 16,000 jobs per month in the United States right now. And a lot of it's got to do with AI. And which jobs are also getting hit and getting hit the hardest? It's going to be the entry level ones. The exact jobs that college graduates are trying to get. But here's why I'm telling you this. I'm not telling you this to scare you, but to get you ready. Because if you know what's going on, you can figure out how to handle it, and that's what we're going to try to do today. Let's look at the real numbers. Most graduation speeches aren't going to tell you this stuff, okay? The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says that unemployment rate for recent graduates hit 5.7% in early 2026. The national unemployment rate is 4.2%, so new grads are actually more likely to be out of work than people who never even got a degree. Think about that for a second. But then it gets worse. The underemployment rate hits 42.5%. That means almost half of recent grads are working jobs that don't need a college degree. How many of you know people that are working at places, working at jobs that wasn't meant for, that they didn't need their degree for? You went to school for 4 years, you might have taken on debt, and you could end up in a job that didn't need your degree. It happens almost all the time and more than people think. And I'm sure you've heard of that. I'm sure it's crossed your mind as well. It's the highest rate since 2020 as well. A survey from Yale found that 66% of company leaders plan to cut jobs or freeze hiring in 2026. We've seen it all over the news, the layoffs everywhere, and companies aren't planning to replace those workers. There's not going to be any backfills. 2 out of 3 companies aren't even growing their teams right now. And here's the really frustrating part: 35% of entry-level jobs now ask for 3 or more years of experience. How are you supposed to get experience if the beginner jobs need experience? I mean, it's a conundrum. People mention that all the time. There's been complaints all over the news and social media on this exact topic. It's practically a trap, and it happens on purpose. How many people do you know who deal with this? It happens every single day, right? Even the last Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, said that young people are having a really hard time. He called it a low hiring world. And in my opinion, when somebody with that magnitude, that important, is talking about your situation, you know that it's pretty serious. Now let's talk about the big thing everybody is thinking about. Artificial intelligence, AI. Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest banks in the world, mentioned that AI is cutting about 16,000 jobs per month in the United States. What they really meant by that is 25,000 jobs lost and only 9,000 being added back. That's the 16,000 right there. The jobs getting hit the hardest, again, is going to be the ones you're looking for, the entry-level jobs. Again, those are the jobs that are asking for several years of experience already. Jobs like data entry, customer service, office helpers, beginner coding and writing. These are the same starter jobs graduates have used. I mean, they've been using these for years to begin their careers. The CEO of Anthropic, who is one of the top AI companies, has said that 50% of entry-level jobs could be wiped out by AI. That's not just a scary headline. That's a leader of an AI company, one of the fastest, largest growing AI companies, saying that. And he's being honest about what his own technology can do. In the UK, tech companies cut grad jobs by about 46% from 2023 to 2024. They expect another 53% drop by 2026. That sounds pretty scary to me, at least. And here's where it really hurts. A big research company called IDC found that 73% of entry-level job seekers think AI tools blocked their applications even before a real person saw them. So AI isn't just taking jobs, it's also deciding who gets a chance at the ones that are left. CNBC said it well. AI isn't just ending entry-level jobs, it's ending the career ladders as we know it. These stories are about starting at the bottom and working your way up to the top. And unfortunately, it just sounds like that's being taken away. That path might be gone forever, and that should really worry us. All right, let's look at the job cuttings right now. These aren't struggling companies. These are some of the richest companies on the planet. Microsoft cut 15,000 jobs. This company made over $200 billion last year. They're not cutting jobs because they're broke. They're cutting because AI can do the work for much less money. The next up, we've got Oracle. They cut thousands of jobs in May of 2026. Atlassian got rid of 10% of their workers in March, and their stock price went up because investors saw that as an AI upgrade. That's exactly what Meta said too when they did their layoffs, right? They're moving that money into AI upgrades. So think about that. A company fires people, calls it an AI upgrade, and Wall Street rewards them, raises their stocks, and that tells you practically how things are working right now. Amazon, Meta, UPS, Target, all of those big time companies are making big time cuts. In October 2025 alone, over 60,000 jobs were cut across just those few companies right there. The Bureau of Labor Statistics show that the United States lost 92,000 jobs in February of 2026 alone. And here's the number that you should really worry about. A survey found that companies only plan to hire 1.6% more people from the class of 2026. That's basically nothing. From what I've seen, this graduating class has been larger than much of those in the past. At a Yale event, only 1 in 3 company leaders said they planned to hire at all this year. So the companies making money are cutting, and the rest aren't hiring. And that's the world that you're walking into. But at least knowing this gives you power. That's exactly why we're going through this. Now, let's talk about something nobody mentioned at your graduation. How much it costs just to live right now. Student debt. The average college grad leaves school owing about $37,850. Loan payments have started up again. There's no big loan forgiveness coming anytime soon. Most new grads can't even get unemployment help because you need a full year of work history just to qualify. So if you can't find a job, there's no safety net to catch you. Housing. If you want to live in a big city where jobs are, such as New York City, LA, Chicago, over 30% of your paycheck goes straight to rent. And that's if you can even find a place. There's housing shortage across the whole country, and that's pushed rents to record highs. Inflation. Yes, prices aren't going up as fast as they were in 2022, but they didn't go back down either. Everything costs about 20% more than it did in 2020. Food, gas, insurance, healthcare. Your money just doesn't go as far anymore. And here's the hard truth. Most new grads have zero savings. They're more likely to have debt, and they get the fewest benefits from their jobs. Who can relate to that? I know coming out of college, I certainly could. You're entering the most expensive time in modern history with the least amount of money saved up. And I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying it so you go in with your eyes wide open. Okay, so take a deep breath because here is where things start to look better. It's not all bad news. There are real chances out there, but they might look different from what you expected. Healthcare. As baby boomers get older, there's a huge need for healthcare workers at every level. Unlike many office jobs, most healthcare jobs are being helped by AI, not being replaced by it. Nurses, physical therapists, and healthcare managers. These jobs are growing and they pay very well. Then we've got skilled trades. You probably hear about this a lot, but we really are short on workers here, especially from the boomers retiring. If you think about HVAC, electrical work, things of that nature, we're going to need skilled trade workers. It's for everyone. It's not just for college grads. Again, electricians, HVAC workers, plumbers, welders. The robots just can't do these jobs right now, and at least not anytime soon. On top of that, with the AI infrastructure build, these jobs are in demand as well. The jobs pay maybe anywhere between $60,000 to $90,000 a year, and you don't need student debt to get them. A lot of Gen Zers are already moving towards this track, moving into trades. It's been all over the news. AI jobs. Here's the funny part. The same technology that's cutting entry-level jobs is also creating brand new ones, right? You think about things like prompt engineering, AI training, data labeling, AI safety, automation management, and more. All these jobs didn't even exist a couple years ago. If you learn to work with AI instead of being replaced by it, you're setting yourself up for the future. Learn to leverage it. And then there's the data center boom. There's $2.9 trillion being poured into data center and the building of it. It's happening all the way through 2028. That's creating thousands of jobs in building, engineering, operations, security, and upkeep. And that's in several of these states where they're putting these data centers in. The World Economic Forum says 170 million new AI-related jobs will be created in the world by 2030. The jobs are coming. They just look different from the jobs your parents had. So if you think about it, you have quite a few years to develop yourself, position yourself, save up, get yourself in some really good situation, get yourself in a really good position, and work your way to building a really strong foundation for your financial success. Okay, here's the most important part. What do you actually do about all this? I'm going to give you 5 things here what you can start working on right now. Number 1, learn about AI. Don't be scared of it and start getting good at it. Google, IBM, Microsoft, Coursera, they all have free AI courses right now. You can even get a certification with it. And then Goldman Sachs, they said that your generation, the most tech-savvy one, can jump ahead by showing that you already know how to use AI. People who learn the work with AI and know how to use it will do way better than those who don't. That's just a fact. Secondly, build proof. Your resume matters much less now. What matters is you showing that you can actually do things. So build a portfolio, create projects, write up examples of your work. If you like marketing, run like a free campaign for somebody, a local business or something like that, and show the results. If you like coding, build something and put it online. If you like design, redesign a real company's website. Use it as a sample project. Show what you can do, right? Don't just talk about it. Number 3, go where the jobs are. I know everyone wants a fancy office job, but the numbers are clear. Healthcare, skilled trades, data center, and AI jobs. That's where the demand is. Follow the opportunity, not the fancy title. You can always switch later. Number 4, network like your career depends on it, because it does. About 80% of the jobs are filled through connections, not applications. And I can say that for a fact from my experience in my career working at different companies. That's always been the case. Maybe get on LinkedIn, go to events, send messages to people who have jobs you want. Most people are happy to help if you ask kindly. One coffee meeting could be worth 100 job applications. And that's true, just because you get to know that individual. And remember, people are always watching how you act. Say thank you. Don't forget that. Number 5, protect your money. Don't start spending more just because you got your first paycheck. Build an emergency fund. Start putting money into a Roth account. Start investing out of it. Most new grads have zero savings and can't get unemployment help. You need a money cushion. Treat every dollar like it matters. Make a budget. Cancel stuff you don't need. I'm talking about all those subscriptions that you probably forgot about. And of course, cook at home, right? Enjoy yourself, but be mindful about your spending. This won't last forever. It's just until you get on your feet. So here's what I want to leave you with. Yes, the numbers are tough. They're accurate. The data is credible. It's true. Yes, the job market is harder than it's ever been in over 10 years for new grads. And it's always going to be hard. And yes, AI is changing everything fast. And yes, the cost of living, it's rough. But here's what I know about you. You graduated during one of the wildest time ever. Many of you finished high school during COVID. You made it through a pandemic during some of the most important years of your life. You learned to do school online, deal with a mix of everything, live in a world that changed faster than anybody could keep up with, and you're being brought up with AI. That toughness, that ability to roll with the punches, those are the exact skills this world rewards. The grads who understand what's happening and don't ignore the hard truths are going to be the one who's going to do well. Know the game, work hard, learn the tools, work on yourself, build your proof, always protect your money and pay yourself first. And the best thing you'll ever invest in is who you become along the way, and that's your greatest return on investment. Don't wait for the perfect job to come to you. Make your own chances. The old way of doing things is changing, so don't count on that. I know that's scary, but it also means there are more open things for you out there and more open for those of you who think differently. Every generation faces a big challenge, okay? You think about it, the greatest generation had the war. Baby boomers had social change. Millennials had the money crisis. Your challenge is figuring out the AI revolution and an economy that's in the middle of a big shift. I believe in you, but more importantly, you got to believe in yourself. I want you to believe in yourself. Because the facts show that people who adapt and keep learning and build real skills and real relationships don't just survive, they do great.
All right, class of 2026, congrats. Now, go and make it happen. Be fearless out there. Nonetheless, I've gotten to the age where when I see you all graduate, I'm just so proud of all of you guys. So keep up the resilience and, of course, keep up the hard work, okay? Anyways, thanks for watching this. Thanks for listening to my spiel. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you got any, drop it into the comments. If you got anything that, comes to mind, drop it into the comments. I appreciate you all for doing that. And of course, please give me a like and a subscribe. Make it a great day. See you next time.